Hello, beautiful people. How's it going? It is the end of November, day after Thanksgiving. And that always horrifies me. I'm using that word, it's funny, very dramatic. When people use that word, gobble, that word gobble, or say Happy Turkey Day. I don't know why it's so embarrassing. And then my friend sent me one that said, what did she say? Gobble till you wobble. Anyway, hello. You don't even know how many episodes I have scrapped. Basically, I think since June. And that means I have a lot to cover. I'm going to just backtrack a little bit while I can go into length about talking about health concerns. But I'm not going to right now because I am promising myself to jump on here and just get talking and running my mouth to myself again, because this is, yes, always a part of my therapy, and I'm not even writing as much as I should be writing or talking. And that is very unusual for me to have scrapped that many episodes. I really don't even know why. It wasn't because I was being repetitive or the normal things that I do and being overwhelmed. I think I just didn't really like some of the material. And for some reason, I've just been really, really quiet, um, as far as in terms of voicing the different things that I've been going through. Again, I don't really know why. So let's go ahead and backtrack a little bit and start from the fact of basically, I don't know if it was really around June, but basically, I started having some problems with, I guess it's called my psoas muscle, PSOAS. I've seen it spelled, I think, a couple of different ways. And my butt muscle, or it is a part of, one of my butt muscles. And so basically, what it started is I learned about doing these somatic exercises, they're called, which basically made me feel like it was, what do you call it? I was doing physical therapy on myself, and I did go to see a medical massage therapist, but I didn't think she was helping me very much. And she told me to buy this book and study this guy. Long story short of it, I was doing these exercises like twice a day and for about 3 months. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I feel like it's not getting better. There were days that I was like crying from just, maybe reaching up too high or even walking and turning a certain way, and just really getting that experience from the perspective of people that not only why they medicate, but feeling like you have to manage and deal with things like this. And I know actually what it's from. Improper standing for about, probably past several years. I knew because it was something I did repetitively, standing at the counter looking at my phone for long periods of time and just not standing properly, right? So, at the 3 months, I was like, what the hell? What's going on? This isn't getting better. Waking up, waking up and still like feeling the same, not feeling like any improvement. And I was like, what am I going to do? Should I go to the medical massage therapist? Should I go to chiropractor? What should I do? And just thinking that I can fix myself. And so finally, and then I also started incorporating my light therapy, which is a pad mat thing I have at home. So finally, I would say, I guess somewhere between 3 and 4 months, I have improved. Of course, that was also affecting my mood. So just getting a lot of, what do you call it, lessons, or just those, the moodiness, the everything, the frustration, feeling like things aren't working, what I'm, all of those sorts of things were really affecting my behavior. So yes, that was affecting me recording, but I should have still been doing it. So, okay, so I would say 90 to almost 99% feeling better. And now at this point, it's almost November. I've had a couple of issues just during again, if I sleep improperly, I actually kind of always sleep to the side like a crooked. And then on top of that, my wrist has also, I've had some issues with my wrist, I think basically from punching, and it shifted some of the bones. But I do know that light therapy worked for that. So, but then I was like waking up with it numb. So, different things people have been going on health wise like that and affecting my training and getting off track and actually finding a Muay Thai place and stopping that to save some money. So different things have been going on and very frustrating kind of ups and downs while at the same time still trying to enjoy life. Okay, so speeding up to, I am going to say that I wanted to jump on and make some comments about this because it's a little bit of a different reaction that I normally have, is basically celebrating daughter's 18th and going to Orlando and my impression of that whole scene at Universal, basically, that I talk a lot of shit about waiting in long lines and all these things that I feel like take the joy and like wreck aspects of an experience like that, because I've actually always wanted to go to Universal because I am a Harry Potter fan, even though I probably couldn't tell you in order the the different movies one after the another the titles. But so anyway, we didn't have to wait in lines that long, and there's something to be said about seeing stuff like that in person that's so magnificent, like the huge ass castles and things like that. And also, oh, about the talking shit about the lines. Wanting not wanting to stand in line like over an hour for like a 2-minute ride, if that. All of course the overpriced food, but there were a lot of positive things that I had to say about it, like the not having to wait in line so long, um, all the magnificence. They had refill water machines everywhere. Um, what else about it? Because now it's been a little while to recap. Love the hotel, um, all that kind of stuff. Probably you guys don't want to hear about, but basically, it was a good experience. Glad to see it. One time experience. It was so beautiful. Well, with the money, loved the epic universe part. The only thing that I thought in the Harry Potter world is that they had all the like apothecary looking shops like staged and set up on like from the outside, but you couldn't go inside a lot of them. And the ones you could go on had all the newer merchandise. So um, yeah, that took it out. That took out of that experience, and nothing like super delicious food over the butter beer that tasted like Shasta cream soda that I used to love when I was little. It was delicious. Okay, so what else did I want to say about that? Other than I think to cover it all is that, oh, the magnificence I said of the castles, but also the chocolate factory, and what else? I'm trying to review what else was happening other than the magnificence of the rides. I loved a few of the rides, but I can't do go on any crazy roller coasters right now since I do get the motion sickness. And sorry, yeah, it's kind of been a while, so I oh, practicing my Spanish. Yeah, I got to do that a little bit and I forgot about. Oh, I think my plan was to go while we were in the hotel to go down. I love the food court. Uh the I was going to go to the bar and meet and talk to people and whatever, and that was kind of whack. So I did meet a very nice bartender. The pool was beautiful. We stayed, I think it was called the Dockside Inn and Suites, and we did an Uber. And we did not get in the mess of all the, what is it called? TSA? all the travel stuff, but we definitely should have gotten there a lot earlier on the way there. So blessed we didn't have to encounter all of that, because that kind of craziness, I had planned right during the beginning of pandemic to go to Thailand after, like 20 years. And I think I ended up getting uh, Corona. It sounds weird saying that name now after so long. The virus right before, I think I got it from the motherfucker's iPad he gave to me on that weekend when I asked for a sign if I was supposed to go or not. Asked God, Source, Universe. So that was really weird. Anyway, I missed that trip that time, so I ended up going to Thailand last year, 2024. Okay, so now I'm going to move on. So that was a good trip that I wanted to report on because of my attitude, and it was a positive experience. Like I said, because normally I talk a lot of shit. Okay, I'm going to jump into, since I only have a few more minutes, is I'm not going to dive deep. I will end up telling you guys probably later about my job position, my new dream job, and I mentioned it a little bit, but I didn't dive deep. But basically, what I was going to talk about and go into on a deeper level, and maybe the next show, is because I am in a place where it is making me reflect on getting older and what I want to do in the last stage chapter of life, and where I want to be and where I want to pass, and all those things a lot of us don't necessarily think about. What I think is fascinating is that I know that I want to be surrounded by those I love, right? And I think a lot of us might feel like that, but we never really thought about it any deeper than, oh, is it going to be probably in our home, or, we're going to be by home, be by family, whatever it is. Well, I was thinking of things, you can't always predict what's going to happen to you at that stage in life, and it doesn't mean we're going to have health problems. I am thinking positive, but it's a thing you kind of can't predict. And I've always thought and believed I don't want to be a burden on anybody, right? Including our significant, our husband, our wife, our kids, anything like that, or a caretaker, my Filipina caretaker, maybe that I would hire. And kind of like briefly like thought about it, but not really thought too hard about it. And it's basically making me think that, you know, these places, okay, we're going to say senior communities, that I didn't know much about are filled with activities and clubs and different things like that. And many things I never really thought about and maybe would have judged as what they would be like. But I've realized, there's so many benefits if you find a place that you like and love and good people, and somebody is always there for you. And no, you don't have to feel like you are a burden or putting a burden on anybody or any one person. And I really love that, because whatever ends up happening, um, like I said, in those later stages of life, we don't know what's going to happen to us. And culture is always talking about, you know, convalescent. That's what it's called, convalescent homes. And like I said, I never really thought I would be going in any of that direction. I really just thought like it would be like a caretaker maybe situation, or somebody additionally to help you. In Thailand, that's what they do. Sometimes it's a nanny, or it's an older person, or somebody's helping you. So in our Asian culture, that's kind of like how it goes. And I definitely never expected that having a kid, that they were going to, he or she was going to be taking care of me, or even necessarily, like you said, husband, wife, significant, or somebody. So I think I want to finish up and wrap it up by saying I would like to write on a little bit of this more, but I just wanted to check in with myself and you all to know, oh, I am so not done. I I'm just putting a pause on things. Some things making me put a pause on me spot not speaking very much.
about any of this, kind of just soaking it up, uh, back to doing facials, doing what I love, restoring people through the lost art of face massage. And it's going to be a process, a little bit of building again. And I will share with you more as the journey goes. And I may actually have to, not have to, but would like to start a diary maybe on people's stories. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with that yet. Um, People's stories, everybody has a story, and I love sharing people's stories and the lessons I learned from hearing about them or confirms to me or whatever, that I gather from it, listening to people's stories and also being tested in terms of building relationships with these people again and not talking so much and shutting up my mouth and just giving really loving, nurturing treatments. So, okay, so I am going to go ahead and close here and see if I jump on again to talk about more of the subject matter or I don't know, move on. Basically, the at this at this stage, while there are many moments of peace, especially in finding my dream job, there's always still something to talk about. Even with I have to brush up on a lot of my skincare stuff and all the different things that I'm doing. I can definitely not be so intense and use everything that I've used in all my years in the treatment room. I feel like this is a time to relax and just chill and just love on people in the best nurturing ways and just being there for them and listening to them is one of the most important things. So I am just at the beginning. I'm not even to the level of working on the magnificence of all these people of where I'm at. So I'm just going to go, I'm just going to roll with it and not stress out. At the same time, enjoy life and try to enjoy holidays since that, for me, I've been a Grinch for many years regarding just the whole consumerism of it, you know? Um, my immediate family isn't here, so that's always something I've just gotten used to. And so I am trying to enjoy aspects of it. And even every year comes, it's kind of like, oh, is there something new I can write about holidays or a different perspective? And not really, because the reoccurring theme is always like it's not always a good, happy time for others. And so I feel like I always want to help bring some reassurance of family, doesn't have to be blood, and music and filling your life with things that make you happy, holiday or not, is a really helpful way to just not be sad, you know, because like I said, not everybody is so happy during the holidays. So I will close now and I will talk to you next time, people. Okay? Thanks for listening.